MA is very useful, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason that I wanted to finish it because I wanted to keep my word. I keep my word for other people and I also keep my word to myself. And I had said I will finish it. And you know what? The kind of courses like I have told you what Mwalimu taught me, personal leadership development is something that is so real. And something that I operationalize on a daily basis even when I'm mentoring others. Because now I mentor many leaders, upcoming leaders, young people. And these are things that I do for free. You know, culture. Now I lead organizations that are changing. I came to learn that you cannot transform an organization well without understanding culture. I did it at CIC because I had a knack for it, but not the theoretical framework. Now I can contextualize that in the theoretical framework and even quote Peter Drucker and say, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So it's powerful, powerful culture. So those are the things I'm doing now as I'm mentoring leaders, CEOs. I tell them, if you want to transform this organization, you must fix the culture. You must understand that framework of transforming culture. So this course is so useful, very useful. So even now I'm using it as an old man. In fact, I feel energized, re-energized, like born again. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. And again, I am an avid reader. You have a saying, have you heard of the saying that good leaders are good readers? That is true. Every time I have a book that I'm reading, every 6 months I read a new book. I read so many journals. For interest's sake, I keep myself abreast. And this is one attribute that used to make CEOs want me to write their speeches. Even when I was doing, at CS, I have always done my own speeches, even as I did for others. Nobody has ever written a speech for me, because my speeches come from my heart. This thing of reading choreographed, recycled things is something that really bores me. And I feel you are not doing justice to people when you go and do a recycled speech. You are actually insulting their intelligence.
Okay, if there's any more questions, we can take a quick one, but otherwise, what I would like to do, oh yeah, here we go. Here's the question.
I see the way Jesus prays for his disciples in John 17, prays to the Father not to take the disciples out of the world. And the way you're saying there are remnants in all these places. So now, hearing from you, I'm now understanding that, yes, Kenya, people are corrupt, but I think the Lord has chosen us and put us in these environments.
Precisely.
So that we get to change things. Not
with the salt and the light.
Yeah. So
yes.
that's what I'm getting.
In fact, that is a challenge. The challenge now is not to continue, mourning about corruption. Mourning how the society has become corrupt. The issue is, and the question is, where is the salt and light? Where are the Christians? It shows we don't have impact like the early Christians who turned the world upside down. So we are being called for a revival. So that wherever we are, you know that change starts with me. Like Mahatma Gandhi said, change starts with me. But what we are always good at pointing fingers at because corruption is not only the dams. It is not only everything else, even what the cops take the traffic cops. Corruption is every kind of sin also. A lot of us lie. A lot of us do other things, but we think that the theft is a worst sin. Sin is sin in God's eyes. And that's why all of us must humble ourselves and accept that all of us have sinned and fallen short of His glory. And when we started from there without the holier than thou attitude, we are going to cause a change. But with the self-righteousness, we are not going to go far. In fact, we will be resented. We will be opposed. So we must also change tack and do like Jesus himself did. He was not condemning the sinners. He was condemning sin. And that's why he was very much at ease with sinners, because that was the time to impact them. And impact them also by example. Like somebody said, you can preach a better sermon through your lifestyle than through your lips on the pulpit. Haven't we seen it? The men of God. The men of God, but they do things that are not of
God.
God. So what they speak is not what they do. So my brother, take courage, and we must take courage, because this narrative of the devil wants us to be despondent. That is the strategy, to be despondent and say, after all, this thing can never be defeated. So we give in. And in my language we say, whoever is also watching when the thief is stealing is equally culpable. Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah. Good. Yes.
Thank you for that. It was very inspiring. In your experience in leadership, I know leadership comes with challenges. So what are some of the challenges you faced in your experience as a leader? And have these challenges caused you at some point to want to quit from the different positions you've held? And how did you manage to overcome these challenges?
Thank you. That is a very important question. 1994, after I had left Kenya National, I resigned because I saw it was going to collapse because of being plundered. And for the sake of saving my career and also maintaining my profile, I decided to quit. And I went to a smaller company, an insurance company, to the position of general manager. And the managing director was one of the major shareholders. It was a private company owned by quite a number of people. And so I went to that organization. I was really used to being empowered. Me, I'm not used to being contained. I cannot. I like empowerment. So I was already used to being empowered. So when I went here in this private company, the owner is the managing director, so he comes there every morning, and the way he runs his home, he thinks he's going to run the office. So he would come and want to make things really difficult. One, he did not have respect for other people. He would shout at senior managers, call them names. So at the very first at the outset, I was able to talk to him. I told him, you know, Mr. So-and-so, I hear you shouting to other people, and you call them names. Never try that with me. With an exclamation mark.
Mr. Awin.
So we stayed. This company was not paying claims. So people would come to me as a general manager because they had a good record there. So they were coming, oh, Nelson, we hear now you are here, we know things are going to be sorted out here because these people don't pay claims. I know we are going to change things. My claim has been here for 1 year. It has not been paid. So I asked for the file. And I realized I was not going to make a change because the owner would not allow me. I could not even sign a check of 3,000. It only happened one time when he was away. And I asked for all those files and I paid them. So by the time he got to the airport, the finance manager went and met him. He told, so this man you left here had paid all the claims. So by the time he came to the office, he was breathing fire and preached. Nelson, how can you do this? Then he told me in Kikuyu, and we don't pay that way. You sit on the money so that you earn some interest. I told him that is not insurance to me. In insurance, you make a promise to pay when you have been given a
Yeah.
and as long as the claim is genuine. So we have heard, one day we quarreled because he was telling me to do things that were not right. I just walked, when he went to his office, I just wrote a letter of resignation, gave it to my secretary to put in delivery, because I was in town. My office as general manager was in town and his office was in Upper Hill. And he was known for receiving letters of resignation and he would pretend he never did, so that he sacks you. He was sadistic. So I knew I'll beat you at your own game. I did it over lunchtime and it was taken. His secretary also signed receiving, and I told, when the book came, I took a photocopy of that page. So he calls me later on, I'll come. And I went out. I gave 7-day notice. Without a job. That's one of the challenges. I left without a job. So he calls me, Nelson, how can you do this? I asked him, how can you ask me how you can I do? Call me, we talk. I went, we talked. So he asked me, why have you left? I told him, I have left because of you. You are arrogant and you have no respect for other human beings. I cannot take that myself. So I advise you, I've been managing director for 18 years. I know I don't save your breath. Me and you are like water and oil. So I went out without a job, but I tell you, in 2 weeks' time, I had a job.
Amen.
Not even in the insurance industry. I was working for a manufacturing company in Thika. With economics, you are footloose. You can work in any type of industry. So I found myself there. So one of the challenges is that at times if you are in an organization where values don't align with your personal values, and even conventional values, the best thing is for me, I decided to take a walk. But because I had invested in a good name like the book of Proverbs says, and I say that with humility, people are seeking me out. Nelson, we hear you have worked out. Can you come here? There's a job for you. And that's why I know God will always provide as long as you remain faithful.
Amen.
The other challenge is when I was taking over as CEO in CIC. It was not on a silver platter. My dear, this is where, wars for succession, there is a lot of backstabbing and front stabbing.
And side stabbing.
So people were undermining, doing all kinds of mitego, But ultimately, the best man wins. And the test comes. How do you behave after you take the position? Do you engage in revenge and retribution? For me, I said no. I have no time for revenge and retribution. In fact, I take a very philosophical view to life, which has held me in good stand. I always say, in this company, it is not my father's. Everybody is entitled to be ambitious, to become an MD, just like I was ambitious. So why should I turn against them? Because I got it. Yes, they may not have done it in the right manner. The best way is to educate them. So you know what? I put coal on their heads because I treated them well. They were waiting to be sacked. In fact, some people were coming to me and said, why haven't you sacked so and so? And you know he was undermining you in broad daylight. Some people would get annoyed on my behalf. Then I told them, no, I have no time. In fact, I converted those people to be some of the ardent supporters of my transformation agenda. And you know, to me, these are things that I learned early. This mambo ya revenge. Even the Bible tells us vengeance belongs to God. And also, we are narrow-minded. If you want, you are in an open environment where competition is bound to be. So why do you think the other people have no right of being competitive, even if they use those bad tactics? So that has been my philosophy in life. And so even when I was living again, because of succession wars, you know, there was still backstabbing because some people want this, and you know, working in a cooperative environment is like politics. Those people are elected. The directors, board members are elected, the Kenyan style. Where a man eateth where he worketh. So, so even for those that are backstabbing, even when I left, I left with a very clean heart. I did not live with the baggage of any bitterness. In fact, I had a contract extended for 2 years. After we did a search for my successor, even before the first year was through, I just told the chairman, I think my time here is up. Let me go even before the 2 years are over. I hear God calling me to do other things. And that's how I left. Hey, why didn't you finish for that other year? You know, you could have improved your pension. No, God is my pension.
Amen.
Yeah, He is my pension. He is there forever and ever. And I have seen it. And I can attest to the fact that He truly provides. So these challenges are there, my sister. I tell you, leadership, you have to pay high prices once in a while. And in fact, that's where, as somebody said, that the true mark of leadership is learning even to say no. There are times when you say no even to your ally, the so-called allies in the Kenyan style, colloquial. You say no. And they wonder, how can you tell me no and you are my friend? That's what leadership is. As long as you have convictions, it's underpinned on values of honesty and integrity. You have a long perspective in your agenda, so you don't compromise things for short-term gains. It's like losing, the eternal life because of these small things of this world. How does it profit a man? Inherit
The whole
the
world.
whole world and
Lose
lose his
his
soul.
Let's show appreciation. Before Dr. Korea leaves, I'd like to pray for her. So join me as we pray.
I need those prayers.
Oh, prayer.
Father, I want to thank you for Dr. Korea and what you shared with us today. It truly comes from the spirit of your heart. And we want his tribe to increase. And we know that the people that are here in this room will represent that so-called tribe. And I pray that the men and women in this room would also be men and women of integrity, honesty, dependence on you, power of the Holy Spirit, going forth, being that remnant if necessary, and pretty soon maybe the remnant will be more than a remnant. And we ask that you would continue to transform their lives, their families, their work, and their nations. And so we're grateful that you can do such things. We've seen testimony of it even tonight. We've seen how you are faithful to your promises when we obediently trust you and are faithful ourselves. So we thank you for this example. We thank you for the great opportunity to integrate leadership and biblical values that he has. And we're very grateful for who you are in our lives personally and corporately. Pray all these things and commit him into your hands for a very fruitful and enjoyable long life ahead. In Jesus' name.
Amen.